Hello there, GreenBeeGardeners.
Hey.
It's Jamie and Keelan joining you from our yard in Port St. Joe. And this is part 2 of the no-till winter vegetable garden. So Keelan's been working very hard on laying down the cardboard and the soil. And today we're going to show you planting some seeds. So thanks for joining us, and let's get planting.
All right, everybody. We've been watching some shows, as we've told you before, on the BBC. And one of the things that one of our favorite gardeners, Monty Don, does in Gardener's World, when you'll see him planting his raised gardens, he's always laying out a board. And he says the reason for doing it is so that as you walk through the garden with your soil nice and loose in the way you want it, so when you step on the boards, it keeps you from making deep holes and compacting the soil. So I've decided to follow along with that and take his advice. Plus, it's kind of nice for a straight edge too. So I'm going to go ahead and plant butter lettuce first here. So I'm going to put my little marker in. Yourselves a nice little furrow here along the board. The seeds are pretty tiny, so I'll have to be pretty careful. But when they come up, they may be a little too dense. That's all right. We'll be able to thin them. Just dropping them in a little bit, trying to scatter them as much as I can, but not to get too fussy about it. Now I'm just going to come in and cover them. There's supposed to be a rain tonight. And so Jamie and I are just going to let nature take its course and water these in later tonight. I don't think there's anything better than actual rainwater anyway. I don't think we can beat that. Alright, now I'll move the board to the next row. Alright, Jamie selected some early scarlet radishes for the next row. These seeds are pretty small too, but again, no fuss on these. These plants will occupy some space, but we can again still thin them. They're supposed to germinate in about 7 to 10 days. So I'm sowing them about 1.5 inches apart. So put it in as needed. We'll add. It'll help a little insurance for in case we have some no-shows on the germination. So that's always a good hedge against nature. Next, we've selected some Brussels sprouts, and you can see that all these are cool weather plants. So it's the very 1st of February, and we're hoping that the threat of frost is pretty much gone here. Although you've had a really brutal winter. I think the whole eastern side of the country and Midwest has had. Certainly for Florida.
And we've never grown Brussels sprouts before, so this will be a first for us.
Calls for about a 1/4 inch on these. But again, when the rain comes in, it's going to make up some of that difference. And we had to make the spacing on this one a little further than the other rows. We like our lettuce and stuff like that not to get too big anyway. We tend to eat it all before it really gets to be a very large plant. We like the younger leaves a lot more. They are pretty good. I find that when they get older, they start to have a little bit of bitterness in them that you don't always find pleasing. I like the Brussels sprouts, but Jamie will suffer through them, or she'll eat them whenever they're pretty soaked with honey and bacon and stuff.
When they're disguised with other flavors, huh? But the spinach we both like. This is a giant noble variety. What did it say on the germination for this one, Keelan?
It's quite a bit longer this time. about 2 weeks on these. Alright. These are a little bigger seed, and so they'll take up more space.
How's the board method so far, Keelan?
Well, I never thought I would be sure how much I would actually like it, but I can see why Monty and some of the other gardeners on Gardener's World do this. Keeps a nice straight row. Helps you also serve as a guide. You know, this is an 8-inch wide board, so it serves as sort of a guide as about how wide things are, almost like a ruler. We have some beets. These particular ones are Detroit dark reds, and like most of the other stuff we're planting, if you follow the map on the back, it says to start in February for our zone, so we're certainly going to go with that. Again, our weather's been pretty crazy here this year. These take about 2 weeks to germinate too. They're a little bit bigger seeds, so. Using my straight edge again here, and yeah, it's not really as much for a straight edge as like I said before. It's more of a so that you don't compact the soil after you've raked it out flat. It works the way it's built.
And for us older gardeners, that gives you a nice hard surface to stand up from too, which can't hurt. So, in case you've been watching, so far the tally is butter lettuce, spinach, radishes, beets, Brussels sprouts. I think that's everything so far. Last but not least will be our favorite, the sugar snap snow peas.
Finally, our favorite probably are these super sugar snap peas. We've been growing these things now for about 3 or 4 years here and had great success with them. We get so many we can't eat them all and have to give them away to the neighbors. They don't mind the cool weather, and here they'll produce several pickings. So one rule of thumb that I remember from my days at the university is that if you're wondering about how deep to plant a seed, an easy rule of thumb is about 4 diameters of the seed. So this is going to be roughly about 1 inch deep. And you can still thin these like you do other things, but the germination rates on these are really good usually.
Especially if you buy fresh seed. Maybe this year.
If you don't want to do a row, you don't have to. You can just poke these down in with your finger too.
Yeah. Maybe this year we'll keep our own seed from these. See if we can harvest our own seed. That is, if we don't eat them all first. So there you have it, folks. There are our mini rows of winter veggies.
We decided that we'll save this extra space here, and we'll wait about a week and then plant some more of our sugar snap peas, and that way we can stagger the harvest a little bit. So hopefully that'll work.
Hello everyone. We have just finished planting the several rows of seeds for our winter garden. And we just wanted to sign off and say how much we appreciate all of you tuning in and all of your great comments. Please be sure to tune in to the next episode of GreenBeeGardener that you'll see coming out in just a few days. And we'll be sure to give you a germination update as all these plants start to sprout.
If you try any of these tricks of your own, you try the no-till gardening like we are doing, let us know in the comments how your experiments are coming out.
Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, plant some seeds
and save some bees.
And we'll see you next time on GreenBeeGardener. Bye-bye.